Hey everybody, this is Kazuya, and this is the first part of the survival guide. This is your first day on WarZ, and well, this is one of my very new characters, but I know usually the starting equipment that you start is with a flashlight, potato chips, a soda can, and some bandages. But anyway, just gonna start with a character that doesn't have pretty much anything. Just want to start and introduce the newcomers to this game, and this is going to be your first day on WarZ. What we're going to do, okay, first of all, get familiar with the C key. You can switch from third person to first person, which is very useful. For combat, I will of course recommend you to use the first person. You see right now this is the location on the map, and those red circles around the maps are actually the safe zones. In the safe zone, you're going to be able to access your global inventory, and you can storage some stuff, right? Also in the safe zone, you're going to be immune to the rest of the players, so no zombies can get in there, and people can actually kill you in there. So this is very useful to know at those locations right away. Okay, so I was talking about the views, third person, first person. Third person is very good because it allows you to see around you. First person is very good for when you need to actually fight, okay, in combat mode, so you can be more accurate. So right now, let me show you the top right corner on the screen. There is an eye and there is an ear. All right, the eye is how much how people can see me. Right now I'm walking, so you see the red bar is very high, and you see I'm just walking, not running, so the ear, the audibility is very low. Okay, so you want to try to keep that as low as possible. Okay, if you crouch or you go prone, the visibility goes down. So especially when you get into a city area like this one, this is our first day in WarZ, so we're gonna be scavenging for food, bandages, and weapons. It's very important, right? We need to survive. Bandages, these are very good. Bandages allow you to heal your life. Okay, so this is something that you always need to keep with you. They're very, very valuable. There is a more advanced health kit, like a medic kit, some bandages DX that you can find also, but this is a starting bandages, so they're very useful. So like I was saying, visibility, audibility is very important to keep an eye on that, because the zombies are quite smart. I mean, this is just the alpha. They keep releasing different patches, but still, in this the latest patch, they increase the light upside and the way that the zombies can hear you. So even when the zombies are not that strong right now, they can overrun you very easily, because if you make a mistake, you start, for example, walking right now or running, you're gonna probably attract all those zombies that are around. So keep it always low profile. I know it's very difficult when you play during the daylight, with like right now, but it is completely necessary in order to not attract the rest of the zombies. You see that one is a one that is moving, so you don't really want to take any chances, especially when you start the game. Right now, yeah, of course I got a hammer, so I can defend myself, but usually you start with a flashlight. The flashlight is completely useless against zombies. It's very bad, and actually I would recommend you, if you're a new one, to don't use it, okay, especially during nighttime. That is like the official sign that you are a newbie. Okay, nobody walk around with a flashlight, because actually you can see it for miles away. So that the only thing it's going to do to attract more bandits and people like that, and that's exactly what you're trying to avoid. Remember, in the server, you're going to, besides the zombies, probably the worst or more difficult adversary is going to be the rest of the survivors. Some of them are going to be friendly, some others are going to be bandits, some others are going to just trying to survive. So you don't know how they're going to react. My personal opinion is to don't trust anybody unless you play with a real friend. Don't really trust anybody. Okay, it doesn't mean that you need to walk around killing people, but you need to defend yourself. Okay, don't be exposed. Unfortunately, again, during daylight is kind of difficult, so I would recommend you not to go to big cities during the daylight, because that is actually where all the people are. So especially this starting area, which is clear view, there's always people walking around, so you don't want to take any chances. Some of the builds like this one, as you guys can see, you can get in and find some stuff. Oatmeal is gonna restore my my hungry. You see that in the bottom left corner there's a fork and a knife, and there's a glass of water. One is for the food, the other one is for water. Okay, so you need to make sure that those you don't reach the bottom, the bottom of those bars. Okay, otherwise you're gonna start losing life. You don't want to die for starvation, and also because you're completely thirsty. So you need to find food and water, well, some other liquids can do the trick also. So right now, for example, I got a can of ham, which is very good. That will restore probably 1/3 of my health. The oatmeal, the snacks are very, very small, the amount of food that you're gonna restore. So that's just for emergencies. But the good thing about those items that you can stock those items, stack those items in your inventory, so they don't use that much space. Weapons is something that you can't stack. So there's a lot of people in this server, so we gotta be very careful, especially during the daylight, right? We can be an easy target. Remember, we just started this stuff, and it looks like somebody was already in this restaurant. This is like the common areas that you're gonna come across in the cities, medium-sized cities. There's always like a police station. There's always a restaurant, supermarket, and in those areas, for example, this way is always common to find some food, some water. The police station, you can probably find a pistol, something like that. So that is kind of things that you need to keep in mind. Right, there's some fast walkers in the area, and you don't want to actually aggro those guys, because otherwise you can get overrun so easily. There's too many right now. So you can also remember, check the cars, check the dumpster. Oh, all right, careful. You need to be careful. Remember, survivors are also trying to survive, and that restaurant was empty, so that can probably give me the idea that another survivor was there. Oh, nice. You see, we found another hammer. So we're good. We got 2 weapons now. We can always only use one secondary weapon, so we're gonna keep that one with me. As we move between these guys, I'm gonna try to, you see, I'm keeping a low profile. Usually it's a good idea to use the shadows in the city. See, right now there's nobody around, so let me walk a little bit. You need to take your time. Okay, this is not the kind of game that you're gonna be just running around collecting stuff, because that's not gonna work. Okay, it's too much risk. So all these dumpsters are actually, sometimes they hold some kind of items. Looks like somebody was already in here, so I gotta keep my eyes open. Maybe we can get lucky and see another survivor walking around, so we can show you how to deal with that. So it's always important to try to take a moment, get behind a car and look around you. That especially is in a city like, oh, that's a supermarket, and that is a military vehicle. If there's a military vehicle, that will be probably some good loot in there. Nice, we found some antibiotics. Those are very good. Those allow you to restore pretty much all your health in one go. So those are the priceless items that you need to keep. Oh, gas mask. Okay, this is just more for decoration. Well, this is supposed to help you to not be exposed to the whatever radiation or virus is attacking the war. Remember, this map is like everything is located in Colorado 5 years after the zombie apocalypse. So I believe the gas mask is gonna make a difference probably in the future in some different areas of the map. Oh, beautiful! You got a chest. And a heart. No, I don't want another hat. Can of tuna. This is good. This is give me some good stuff. The MTV Force. The MTV Force is very, very useful. It's like a heavier vest. So heavier vest. So we're gonna choose that one as soon as possible. There you go. We got it equipped. That will allow us to resist more damage in the chest area at least, right? So you see, in this area, usually when they see militaries, somebody's attacking another zombie. All right, here we go. So this is the kind of situation. Let's go prone right away. I don't wanna show my location. The guy has a hammer. It is important to take a decision. Right now, you see, I'm switching to combat mode, which is more easy for me, so aiming. But right now we need to make sure what's gonna be our next step. The guy has a similar weapon than me, so I might probably just go for it and get rid of him. It's too risky to have another guy with the same kind of weapon hanging around. They can betray you so easily, so let's see. With all the items that we drop in there, probably the guy's interesting. You can hear the steps. There you go. And we go for it. Always go for the head. Always go for the head. There you go. Nice. Hey, we got a bunch of items. Good. Now the whole idea is to get this as soon as possible and get out of here. Alright? Because you don't want to really show your position to the maybe somebody else was with him. I don't know. So let me just hurry up and get stuff the best as I can. Oh, they have some good stuff. Oatmeal, I can stack that with the one that I had. The bandages too. Give some water. Try to don't leave any food or water behind you. Drink it or eat it. Okay, don't leave it just hanging around. Okay, I don't want to use that many hats. I don't want to take a flashlight. And a soup is more useful. Bunny hat, no water. See, gotta move faster now. Antibiotic. Ooh, another hammer. We can take that. And it is kind of tuning here. Which I'm full. Let me see what can reboot. Get rid of something. We can eat the granola. There you go. Whole idea is don't leave anything behind, especially these big these items that will allow you to restore your life and health and thirst and hungriness. Very good. See, a couple of zombies are getting aggravated, so I need to move as fast as possible. I would recommend you this survival guide. Going to show you some combat skills. When you have a melee weapon against zombie, it works very good to aim for the head and then use the hit and run strategy. Okay, one hit and then back up a little bit and then go again, hit it again, and then move back a little bit. Okay, that way you're gonna avoid to get hit by the zombie. And remember, sometimes you can get actually infected by the zombie. Okay, so you gotta be very careful. You get too close, sometimes you need to check your health bar very often. Sometimes you don't know and you're losing life and you don't know why. It's because probably you're bleeding or probably you're infected. Okay, so for that reason you need to use some painkillers or bandages. Antibiotics actually works pretty well in that area. Okay, so we're switching back to third person because I need to take a look to the area. So far we have some decent loot, and it probably will be a interesting idea to reach one of the safe zones. Once that we reach the area, we can probably store this in the global inventory. And the whole idea is not to be carrying that much, because otherwise when you go on a trip and trying to get some loot and you start finding weapons, remember you can't stack up weapons, so you really need to make sure you get enough room with your backpack. Right now you start with a small backpack. You can get a medium backpack, large backpack, and there is another one, I think it's called Ant backpack, which is huge. You can store a lot of stuff in there, so that will give you different amount of slots so you can store stuff. This is the small one, so we only can have, if I know wrong, 8 items. So we really wanna probably go to the safe house and store some of the stuff some of the loot that we're getting. Let's get rid of the zombie. Aim for the head. You see? Oh, you see? Sometimes you get hit, so we gotta be careful. Aim for the head. Hit and run, hit and run, hit and run. Always work. Unless you come across a glitchy zombie. Always take cover. Okay, don't start moving like a chicken without a head. You see, the only reason I found the other survivor is because I was paying attention to my surrounding areas, and I saw him actually attacking that zombie. So it's always important to take cover right away. You don't want to be in the open because it's too risky. Ooh, I have a police zombie coming. This is a police station. Usually there is some decent loot in here, so it's always worth to take a look. But again, there is another strategy you can use, just like surround the enemy. Keep moving, keep moving, keep moving, keep moving, so the zombie can actually aim at you. See, it works pretty good. Of course, we're gonna be doing some more advanced guides later on with some weapons and everything. What is the best way to use your weapons? Where is a good areas to loot for weapons and everything? So Painkillers are very good too. Okay, let me see, what can I drop? I can probably drop one of the hammers. I don't need two hammers. The only reason I'm saving hammers because I can give it to some of my friends, or I can probably give it to another character in case I got one without a melee weapon. Okay. The only problem with hammers that they use a secondary slot of weapons. So if you have a pistol and a shotgun, the pistol is gonna be using the same slot that the hammer. So it's kind of risky. Usually I keep always a melee weapon with me to attack zombies. I try not to use firepower against them because they can attract more zombies, and also that can attract some bandits or other players that are probably in the area if they hear the gunshots, right? So I would recommend to always stay low profile. That's the key of the success. Okay, don't get aggravated or everything. I know at the beginning it's kind of difficult. Sometimes you're gonna see bandits waiting just outside the safe house just to nail you and stole all your loot. So you gotta be very careful. Okay. Alright, so I'm gonna probably move ahead a little bit to show you to move to the safe house. Alright, so now we move ahead a little bit. You see my inventory is full and really need to get something into the safe house. Right now the safe house, you see the black white triangle is me, and the safe house, the north settlement safe house, is right here. So we're gonna approach a little very slow and very careful, because probably you're gonna be confused. It's called safe house, but it's probably the most unsafe area of the game. You're always gonna see people walking around, people waiting for some survivors to go to the safe house so they can steal their loot. So I would recommend you to move again very low profile. Use the all your surroundings to be go in stealth mode, like I will say Splinter Cell. That's the way I move it. And every time you gotta check your map or something, go prone. Okay, don't do it when you're in crouch or standing up. You are an easy target that way. So usually when you get close to the safe house, you're gonna start sprinting. Okay, just hold the sprint and go for it. Okay, don't stop, because sometimes you're gonna, again, there's always people walking around. Right now you see I'm not in the middle of the road. I'm using the vegetation, the wildness to get there, so I can use some cover. And it is a good idea to just go for it because it's so easy to get catch for those guys. So again, don't get frustrated the first time you play. Okay, you know what, how many times I die in the first day? I can't even count it, but now I'm a completely advanced survivor veteran, so I know how to deal with the game. I know that once you start the game, don't go for the cities right away. Go for in the wildness. You can find a cabin, a little house or something that can provide you some loot. So you need to sacrifice yourself. Don't use the flashlight too. You can use it to defend yourself from another survivors, but besides that, don't even try to get it with you. Okay, it's too risky. So again, third person, because allow me to see around me, and it's very important to keep your eyes open in this area. You don't want to get caught on an ambush or something like that. Nice. So finally we're in the safe zone. Sorry. Now we can leave the game peacefully. Let me get out of here. When you leave the game, you need to wait for 10 seconds, right? There's a countdown, 10-second countdown, then there's another couple extra seconds to disconnect from the server. So you gotta be careful. If you're doing this and you're standing up in the middle of the city, somebody can see you and kill you, okay? And you can't do anything at that point. So don't take any chances. If you're gonna leave the game or something, you wanna save, find for some cover. All right. So now we can access the global inventory. I can probably store a couple things. See, I don't want to keep all the important things with me. Probably they have too many bandages. They have 8 bandages, so let me keep something here so I can give it to another of my characters. I don't really want to sacrifice my everything in case I got killed. Remember, you die, you lose everything right there. So the less you carry, the better. Okay, so you see, you have inventory for weapons, ammo, utilities, backpack, food, healing, and then some attachments. So this was the first video. This is Kazuya. Hope you guys enjoy it, and I will catch you in the next one.